Hello and welcome to Tldr Reviews in English, another TLDR look at whatever I've reviewed, where I force myself to say something good, something bad, what I think is the best and what I think is the worst, all in my own opinion, of course. And today it's the Epz G10. Now, these IEMs were sent to me by Epz. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. You can find out more by checking out the full review, which is linked in the description, or just head over to tldrreviews.com. Okay, so as always, starting off with something good. Well, these are a €32, at least at the time of creating this review. They're a €32 set of IEMs, like $35, something like that. And they're a well-built, decent performing set of IEMs. They're well inside that ultra budget category that I consider to be under €50. And honestly, they're well built. They're decent. They're just a good all-round performing IEM. Something bad. Well, I'm not overly keen on the included cable. It comes with an inline mic, which if you need it, I suppose that's a positive, but the cable's a bit plasticky. It does come as also with this like cheap 4.4 to 3.5 connectors, so you can plug it into a computer if you still have a computer that's separate connectors for headphones and microphone. So, I mean, if you need that, I think it's obviously going to be a positive. To be honest, it's a bit plasticky, but it can't really complain about it. It's like a $35 set of IEMs. I guess we've just been spoiled by some of the stuff we do receive with other models or other brands. The best, well, they've actually, I mean, not long ago I reviewed the Q5 by Epz. And one of the things that I really didn't like about it was there were beautiful IEMs, but they'd actually copied the aesthetics of another brand. In this case, here they've done something original. I mean, I think it's original. I've not come across it before. Inside the box, you get a little UV light, which at first I was thinking, why would they include this like little UV flashlight in the box? And what happens is, it's not going to be great on this camera because there's too much light, but if you shine the UV light on it, the actual grey fibers underneath recharge in fluorescent green, and it turns them into this like fluorescent green pattern. Again, there's a lot of light here, so you're not going to see the actual glow for very long. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is something that's been done before by other brands, other models. I personally haven't seen it. And I always applaud something a little different. I mean, yeah, it's a gimmick, but it's something different. It's something authentic. And they've proved what I said in the other video where I said it's a shame that they'd not gone with something original because they seem very capable of making very well built IEMs. And these are the proof. They're a $35, €32 set of IEMs that are very well built, and they've got their own aesthetics, and they've got their own little original touch to them. Now, the worst. I'm afraid the worst here is exactly the same as on the Q5. And once again, it's something that is very dependent to me personally. The tuning, the sound of these IEMs is very, very, very similar to the actual Q5, where it's focused on the upper ranges. The upper mids are slightly too hot. The treble slightly too hot, but it has a peak at 5K, which is something that I just can't get on with. The peak's not as pronounced as it was on the Q5, but it's still a peak, and it's still more focused on those upper ranges. So although it's not quite as boosted in that range as it was on the other model, these do have a very, very similar sound signature, and unfortunately it's just something that I can't get on with. I find it, that 5K peak to me is literally just like somebody like stabbing me with a blade in the ears. It really is uncomfortable for me. And it's a shame because I really want to try a set of their IEMs with a tuning that I get on with, because I think they deserve more attention than they get. I mean, they're making decent IEMs at prices that are more than reasonable. So it would be really nice to be able to enjoy one of their sound signatures. So Epz, if you're listening, if you have a set of IEMs that doesn't have that 5K peak, I'm not too bothered about them being focused on the brighter upper end. That's fine. I mean, Obviously, I don't want a wall of treble and no bass, but I don't have any issue with brighter IEMs. It's just that 5K peak that I find really painful. So if you have a set of IEMs that doesn't have the 5K peak, please let me know, because I'd love to enjoy a set of your IEMs. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you want to know more, I'll go into a lot more detail, explain more about the sound and all that kind of stuff in the full review, which is linked in the description, or just head over to ashreviews.com. And I'll be back with another one soon. See you later.